Hey everybody, it's Marty the JavaScript party. Rhett's hanging out in the living room right now. I decided to do another night one just because I enjoyed last night. I probably heard Rhett out there. Um, so she probably would have liked to have come in here, but probably trying to make this a quick one because it is Friday night and I just came in from outside. It is 6:26 p.m. in Marietta, Georgia. It's like 45, 50 degrees outside Fahrenheit, which I don't know what that is in Celsius, but I'm guessing it's like 7, 8 degrees Celsius. And it is, I enjoyed being out there. So, because I've acclimated a little bit, I don't think it ever got to 0 Celsius yesterday. And we did go out and we kind of went out and came back in. So, anyways, I was working this morning on this ST renderer. I sort of came to the conclusion that I really enjoy working in this ST section of the code because I think everything sort of is in. I have the most control and is the easiest to understand. And then we'll see though. So right now I have set 3 out of my 4 functions unit tested and 20 out of 24 lines. And we'd like to get that up to 100% or statements, and then same for lines. So let's go ahead and click in here. And this entire render by ID never gets called. So here we are kind of like 90% of the way there. So let's just go ahead and it should render. It should render. It should render by ID. And then I guess we have our ID, so we can just say service dot render by ID and then stid. Guess that would do that. Would there be anything we would expect to see once we've got it rendered? I don't think there's really anything to see, unfortunately. But we'll see if this even works. Generate browser. So off screen I have the little karma thing running, and it looks like it all went well. Yeah, it looks like our coverage went up from 186 to 192. And that's kind of funny because we only had 4 lines, so it looks like we gained 6 lines, and then our branches went from they stayed at 16 out of 17. Our functions went from 45 to 49. So some whole other so what got called was the render service wasn't getting called. So this improved too. So basically, so as a side effect, see, and I'm just kind of learning this stuff, right? Like this is the first personal project I've ever worked on where I implemented 100%. Woo! I have been preconditioned by the American educational system to get very, very excited and stimulated anytime I see that I have 100%. And I have gotten 100%. So the whole system that's probably been conditioning me since I was probably about 6 or 7 years old. So like 50 years now, paid off. I just got the endorphins for my 100. And what is this? 100. Woohoo! It's Friday night. I got 100%. Don't get any better than that. So I'm pretty excited about that. And not only that, but it looks like it pushed my other one. So this one was also doing bad. Now the thing is these are getting called as a side effect to this getting called, but to be honest with you, that's fine, I think. I don't think that like if this is calling and causing this as a side effect, and then at some point it doesn't cause this as a side effect or something, I actually want to know that. I actually would think it'd be more valuable to have that failure or have that drop in coverage as a result. So, anyway, so what is left? We got all files. So animations. So animations at this point is behind everything else. Everything else was fully implemented as part of the last as part, like I did like an architectural upgrade where I uploaded a whole bunch of stuff, and then and I like 52 files worth of things, but I kind of pushed, and I'm going to do a commit of that because it is basically the foundation of the underlying architecture. But animation is the last piece, and I kind of wanted to do that separate just because I don't know. Just because it's like already so much, it would be kind of nice to break it out. But the problem is nothing in animation service is being executed. Apparently, the only thing that ever happens is the class gets called, but the update mesh for animation, I'm going to need a ThreeJS mesh and then ST animation, and then it's going to call this. So basically, I'm going to need to come into my animation service, and in here, I'm going to need basically to get this to work. So t equals 0. So it is interesting. It seems like this first one should work already. Save. Yeah, so it is equal. Now the problem is that I have this ST mesh thing, and it's got some animations, and those animations are these, but these animations, I don't think, I think basically the structure of this whole thing changed, and but really this should be good enough, right? So like I should be able to, right? I know, right? Oh, so yeah, at this morning I had some anxiety because I thought I had forgotten a meeting, and turns out I had not forgotten the meeting. The meeting was scheduled for today, and it was pretty good. I wasn't as active as I wanted to be. It's kind of like it's kind of meeting where like everybody gets kind of like it has a real strong possibility of of like I wanted to say stuff, but like the meeting can just go on forever and become completely un unproductive, and I didn't want to be like I kind of felt like I was being the bigger person by not injecting my voice in there. But I don't know. Maybe I should have. All right. So ST Animations is the name of this. And I think okay. So I think it's upset that. And this is going to get an ST animation. So I believe that this is an array of ST animation array. Yeah. Oh, and see, now it's happy now that I did that. So let's just see if that works. And then, so I'm kind of surprised that we didn't. Oh, so I have 100% here. So I had 100% coverage, but I probably, and I don't think this is particularly useful. Is the name? Yeah, so we're already testing that. We don't need this test. Or this assertion. I think that's an assertion. I think these are called assertions. And then this is a modifier function or a checker, a matcher function. Okay, so it's showing 100%. So let's hit refresh here. Yep. I'm the king of the universe. Look at all them hundreds, all the greens. Man, all that social engineering that they invested in me all this for decades have paid off in pure unit testing bliss. I actually was wondering why I do enjoy unit testing, because like at jobs they'll be like, I'm like, yeah, I think unit testing, I really do enjoy unit testing, but I don't know that how much value it brings. Um, so, but personal joy is value. Um, it's probably like doubled or maybe tripled the amount of time that this project is taking. But I think maybe in the long run it might end up being less time. At least that's what the people who swear by unit tests swear. Um, but I think that that may not be they may not be correct. And I don't know that there's any hard information or hard science. And that is funny because like most of the people that sort of are big proponents of unit tests are like, I'm sciencey, I believe in data and science and all that. But then they're like, yeah, unit tests just make things faster. Unit tests make things more reliable. But then they don't provide any sort of backing to that. But anyways, we got it. We got it. Pat on the back. I think I'm ready for some Mexican food. I hear it sounds like my wife is done with her show. So I think it's time to go tomorrow. I guess it shouldn't be too bad to get the end-to-end testing going and done. And then once that's done, we can do a commit. And actually, before I even do anything else, I actually want to come in here and I gotta tell you, like coding is fun. Okay, working as a coder, not fun. Coding is fun. Coding while you're doing it professionally, not fun. And there's nothing that says that you can't have fun. I mean, that you can't do something and it not be fun in some contexts and it be fun in other contexts. There's nothing that says that. So it is perfect. And honestly, like if you do enjoy coding, but like you go to work and like it's not nearly as fun because it's work. I mean, they you wouldn't get paid if it was something everybody wanted to do for fun. Um, There we go. So we're back. Yeah. So basically, tomorrow I'll get end-to-end testing done, and we'll add a new test to check for this thing, and then um, and then oh, that is so interesting. So in this guy over here, it shows this and then it shows this because for some reason in this unit test, the CSS that's keeping this thing small is no, that can't be right because this one isn't animated. So I don't know. I don't know why we have two of them. But anyways, yes, we'll get the end to end. Shouldn't be too bad. We'll add a new end to end. So we have one end-to-end test right now. We had a second end-to-end test. That should be simple. There should, I mean, the devil's in the details, so you never know. But should be easy to add another one and then have it look for this DOM element, this app viz, and um, and then that will be done, and then we could do a commit, and then we'll work on making this guy animated and update the unit test, which should not be a big deal. Update the end-to-end tests. No, there won't even need to be an update to the end-to-end test. Commit that. I think that's the foundational architecture. And then add 3 dots here and make it to where when you click it, you get a new one of these and it kind of figures out where to put it. This is absolutely, all of these will be absolutely positioned via CSS. So that means we can have them all line up appropriately and just write our end-to-end test to do that. And then just for the coolness factor, and so maybe I can make a cool video for LinkedIn, kind of talk about how great Cypress is, have it randomize the mesh and the geometry, and so that when you add one, you get a different geometry, and they're all side by side. I think that would look completely cool. But anyways, I hear Mexican food calling my name, so I got to go. Happy coding, everybody. Bye.